Hello, everybody. Jay Real here. And it's been a while since I've done a midday show. It may just be me today. My sister's kind of feeling poorly. She hurt her back, and so she may not be joining me, or no one may be joining me. Maybe just a solo today. So I don't want to bore you guys, but wanted to catch up. Springtime, real pretty outside, mid 70s. And this is, what is the date? It's March the 24th, 2025. And here in Lake Mejia, Texas, so central Texas. But last night, we had a pretty rough storm, what they call a severe thunderstorm. But the biggest or the worst part of it was hail. We had a hailstorm. We don't get a lot of hail here. We do sometimes, but this is the worst that we've had it in quite a while. And this was 7 o'clock or so. I think it was at night, 7, 8 o'clock, when this storm hit us. And I live in an old trailer house with a metal roof, so it sounded like the world was coming to an end. And it went on for a good, 15, 20 minutes. And maybe ping pong ball size, maybe not quite that big size hail. But yeah, it was loud. And a hard rain along with that. So yeah, it just sounded like the world was coming to an end there for a while. So, and we're entering that time period. At least for this part of Texas, the severe storms, March, April, May. Last year in May, it rained. We had the most rain ever in on record in Texas. I think in May we had close to 20 inches just in the month of May, which is the most rain we've ever had ever in Texas, at least on record. Last year. So hopefully this year is not going to be quite that bad. But we're entering that time period where, you get these severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, flooding rain, high winds. It's them winds that scare me because I live out here in the woods, around trees. I had several trees cut down several months ago that hopefully will lessen the impact of trees and big limbs falling and such. But there's still quite a few trees close to the house. So yeah, so it's high winds and things like that. And I just get all I get all wound up when there's storms approaching. That's just, that's probably my biggest fear is severe storms. Living out here in Texas. So Texas weather, it can be really pretty like today, not a cloud in the sky. It's warm, but not hot. It's springtime, and it feels like springtime. But then you get the bad storms. So, but hopefully, we'll take it day by day. There's some chance of some storms Thursday and Friday. Hopefully, they're not going to be severe. Right now they're saying they don't think there's going to be severe storms, but it's still kind of too early to tell. So. And so, what else is going on? Not a whole lot. I'm still spend most of my time, and except for today, spend most of my daytime hours outside. I like to walk a lot out here, up and down this road, outside my house. But, out here in the country. I like to get exercise, work on the guns, and I like what's called dips, where you raise your body up and down. I've got this chin up bar that a guy sent me last year from Amazon, and I use that a lot in walking and just. I've always been very hyperactive, so I like to do move. I like to move, whether it's walking or exercising or something. I like to move. So, and if you're a member of my channel, J Reel, the channel, and if you're not, please join it. J Reel, Jayreel. Please join my YouTube channel. Because I do, you see, I do shows. Hopefully, we're going to do another show soon with Brandon, where we continue talking about our favorite movies every year since we were born. We've done 2 shows, and hopefully, we're going to start on the 3rd one pretty soon. And but if you're a member of my channel, you may have noticed I put my ancient vampire movie Dawn. I put that on the channel, and it was completed in 2003. And it's about a man who has a 10-year-old girl who's basically she's a vampire. And so they have to keep moving to keep her fed. And she kills like elderly and sick people. She kind of gives them a peaceful death, kind of a mercy killing, and she gets the blood she needs. And it's a story about this father and this daughter sort of on the run because they're being pursued, and yeah. And yeah, I mean, you definitely can tell this was a shot on video, shot on digital video. Those tapes, digital video, was shot on digital video. I shot it in black and white because I always wanted to make it black and white. If I've ever made a movie, I wanted to make it black and white, so it's in black and white. You definitely can tell. Yeah, these are non-professional actors, sometimes to the extreme. The acting is sometimes really non-professional. But I think the leads, Ray and Casey, that played the father and daughter, I think they still hold up really well and do very well with what they were given, the story I gave them and the script I gave them. And Ray helped me a lot in the making of the movie when we were making it. And really just, my friend Mark, who did the camera, and he passed away in 2010, he was the filmmaker. He would do shoot movies in Super 8 film and entered film festivals and stuff. He won several awards in film festivals. So he was the filmmaker back then. But it got me interested in maybe giving that a try. And I got this idea for Dawn in like the mid-90s, just this idea of a man with a little girl that's a vampire. And I just, couldn't think of what to do with the story. I just, whether it would be like a comic book or, a short film or what. And it wasn't until I think 2000, I finally wrote a short story. And I wrote it from the perspective of the father, like he's writing in a diary about him and Dawn and about, what she is, the kind of vampire she is. She don't burn up in the sunlight or as a dick, allergic to crosses and things like that. Not that type of vampire. These are living creatures. They live and they die. They're born like human beings. But back in the caveman days, there used to be these creatures that fed on human beings like vampires. But, with evolution being what it was, humans kind of won the evolutionary war, and these creatures mostly died off. But a few managed to hang on and evolve over the centuries. And there's still a few walking around, these, what I call Venator, which I think is like Greek or Latin for the hunter, or hunter, Venator. Anyway, I see it's got like 377 views or something like that, Dawn. So if you've seen Dawn, let me know. Let me know what you thought about it. Yeah, this movie is 22 years old. Yeah, it shows the limitations of the no budget, non-professional actors, and me just trying this kind of thing for the first time, trying to tell this kind of story. So yeah, you definitely see those limitations. I'm in the movie. I don't like my character. I don't. I love the movie. The movie's my baby. It's been part of my life for 22 years. It's just almost like an extension of my body, this movie. I love it. But if I'm going to look at it from a critical point of view and look at it as a piece of artwork, so to speak, there's definitely things that I think don't work very well, and most of what it doesn't work very well is me, my character, Carlton Reed. I don't like my acting in the film, and I don't really like my character, this psychic guy that's hunting down Dawn and the father, because I wanted to, the movie emphasizes that these vampires are living creatures. They're born and they live and they die. You know, it's kind of like when you hear of they found like a squid that they thought was extinct, but they found this, or they found some kind of animal that they thought was extinct, but that's still around. And that's the way I wanted to treat these vampires. That most of them are extinct, but if you manage to hang on, and there's a few walking the earth, and they mainly kill like elderly and sick people, give them like a peaceful death, and that's how they survive. But drinking their blood, they have fangs and all that like a vampire, but they don't burn up in the sunlight, and crosses don't hurt them or nothing like that. Well, and to bring this character of Carlton Reed, the character I played, who's a psychic, brings sort of a supernatural element into the film that over the years, I've kind of wish I hadn't done that. Kind of added a supernatural element to this, hopefully more realistic point of view that these are just living beings, these vampires. I mean, like I say, I wouldn't change the movie. It's my baby, so it is what it is, good and bad. But if I was going to remake it, I definitely would do away with my character, and I would probably replace him with another vampire from this same species that's hunting the father and Dawn down before she kills somebody, because she has this urge to hunt. She has this instinct that's driving her to hunt and kill, uh, instead of just the way she does kill people, which is to give them, the elderly people and sick people, give them a peaceful death. But she has this urge to just hunt, and that's an instinct that's driving her from her ancestry. And her father's just a regular human guy, doesn't really know how to deal with that. Her mother died giving birth to her. Her mother was one of these vampires. So to replace my character, the Carlton Reed character, with another vampire like that, it would be kind of like he'd have the same abilities, because it's established that these vampires can feel pain, they can sense fear, they can kind of pick up signals. So this vampire would basically have the same abilities that Carlton Reed does, but I think it would be a little more story to chew on, and would be in keeping with the whole theme of the movie, that these are just living creatures, and having this vampire hunt them down. Maybe he works for the police department and helping them find criminals and stuff, because he can sense, pick up signals like my character does in Dawn. I don't know. It's just something to think about. May never be a sequel or a remake. Probably won't be, because I'm old, and I don't know if I have the energy to do another feature-length film. I do the short films, and hopefully continue doing that. But something to think about. But anyway, if you've seen Dawn, let me know. Let me know what you think about it, good or bad. I'll take all the criticisms that you have, because I certainly can understand criticisms for this no budget shot on video production. But Tempe Video, back in 2006, they picked it up. J.R. Bookwalter, who ran Tempe Video, he may still run it. He picked it up, got DVD distribution. It went to Netflix. It was reviewed on several websites. Most of them gave them pretty favorable reviews. It was reviewed in Fangoria magazine. It got a nice review there. See, it made a little money. It didn't make much, but it made a little money going to Netflix and being put out by Tempe Video on DVD. Um, but anyway, Ray, a few years ago, oh gosh, it's probably closer to 10 years ago now, he re-edited, well, not really re-edited, but he did, I guess you would say, a director's cut. Because originally I end the movie with a sort of a shocking thing that happens, and then I have 6 months later, and then I have a sort of a coda scene. But when J.R. Bookwalter picked up the movie, he wanted the movie to end with that shocking scene and then go to credits, and then the scene after that, after the credits. I didn't, I'm going to go to the DVD. So I did what he said, and I ended the movie with that shocking ending. But originally, there's a scene after that shocking ending that sort of wraps things up and gives it more of a emotional ending instead of a shocking ending. And Ray recut the movie to my original intention, and that's what's on YouTube now. The original cut of Dawn, and he made a few little tweaks here and there, just to reframe some things that were kind of off center or whatever. But anyway, that's what's on YouTube now. So, but yeah, if you see Dawn, let me know about it. Let me know what you think about it. Like I say, good or bad, let me know what you think about it. And hopefully we're going to do a watch along where we'll sit and watch the movie. And I'm thinking that it will be Thursday, this coming Thursday at 7 p.m. And Ray, who played the father, he may be joining us. I need to message him and see if he still plans on joining us. Maybe my sister, and I'll send if we do that, I'll send the link to some other folks to see if maybe we can get some other folks joining us live for the watch along, where we'll just sit and watch the movie and talk about the movie and talk about, just memories of making the movie and our thoughts about the movie itself and whatever, and just visit and have a good time. So that's the idea. Is there anybody? I see two people saying watching. If you're watching, let me know. Say something here. Because since I'm doing this by myself, this is probably just going to be like a half hour. We'll see. If someone speaks up and says something, might be longer, but when I'm doing it by myself, I don't want to bore you guys, so I may not linger too long. And yes, there's my pale white legs, and but yeah. Let me know if you see Dawn. Let me know what you think about it, and we'll see, because they're talking about we may have some more storms Thursday and Friday, and so I'm going to wait at least another day and see what the prediction is for Thursday. Then if it's just going to rain, we might go ahead with it, do that watch along. Maybe the rain will be over with before we would start, because we would start at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, if we're going to do it. But, you'll get an alert on YouTube if you're a member of my channel, and definitely want a crowd. If we do that watch along, and want the biggest crowd that we can get, and anyone that wants to join us live, let me know. I'll either send you the link or I'll post a link here during the show where you can join us live. Because I really want a crowd for that, for the watch along. So, yeah, just let me know. And as I always say, please hit that thumbs up. Please spread the word. If you like these shows, like what you're seeing, please let other folks know about it. And join the channel, the J Real channel. And yeah. But what else? what else can I talk about? I have this short film idea, The List, but and I've said this several times, so I'm going to keep repeating myself, but it's still kind of in limbo. I've got a few people that were interested in being in the movie. They like the script, but it's more of a financial thing right now. I need to get another laptop, and I want one, with a lot of memory, at least 32 gigabytes of memory with a hard drive, and storage space and all that. Because I've got a newish camera. It shoots in 4K, but those are such big files, 4K files. I need new technology to handle that kind of footage when it comes to editing and transferring the footage to the laptop. So I need to get a new laptop. So if you want to make a donation, let me know. You want to donate a laptop? Let me know and send me a message. And I'll give you a link, an Amazon link to a laptop that looks good to me. And I'll take charity. But want to keep doing that, making short films. And I really like The List, my newest idea. I really like the script for that. It's serious. It delves into some serious subjects, but I really like the characters in it, and I like the way it resolves at the end. And so hopefully someday. Hopefully before the year is over, I'll be able to start on that film. And but what else? If you're watching, please speak up. Let me know you're watching, because I'm kind of running out of things to say here. I was almost thinking about doing a taste test, but I don't guess I will. But this is Devour Creamy Alfredo mac and cheese with bacon. Yeah, but I don't guess I'll cook that now, because there's a lot of prep involved. You got to microwave it, and you got to add the seasoning and cheese sauce packets and all that. Now, I don't have the energy really to fix that right now. I need to eat something here pretty soon, but but I don't guess I'll do that. But if you're watching, please speak up. Let me know you're watching. I know it's Monday. It's I got 1:23 my time, Central Time. So you're probably at work and you're doing the stuff you do on Mondays. So I can understand if we don't have anybody here that wants to speak up. Yeah, now it just says one. So if I'm not going to have anyone that's going to comment here, I'm probably just going to wrap this up. We'll make this a 30-minute show. So it's 1:23 here. So I'll go on until 1:30, unless someone speaks up, because pretty much have covered what I wanted to cover. Talking about Dawn on the channel. Like I say, really, if you haven't seen it and you're a member of my channel, maybe go and watch it, and let me know what you thought about it. And if we do that watch along, whether it be Thursday or whenever, definitely want an audience for that. Hope you people show up and visit with us while we watch my 22-year-old shot on video home movie about a father and his vampire daughter. So, gosh, it's just unreal to think of that many years have gone by since that movie, because it came out in 2003 or was finished in 2003, and it got a couple of showings at the Angelica Film Center in Dallas. Thank you, Bart Weiss of the I think it's the Austin Film Society, or I think that's what he was part of. But anyway, it was because of him we were able to have 2 showings in an actual movie theater for Dawn. And that was just so cool to be able to sit there with an audience and watch my movie with an audience. Um, and then, 3 years, nothing is going, nothing's happening. And in 2006, because there was a lot of these shot on video kind of productions going on around that time, particularly around 2005, 2006. There was a bunch of independent label DVD companies that were putting out these shot on video productions with that digital video. A lot of them were shot on that digital video format where you could edit on a computer. And so there was a lot of those films being put out by little small independent labels, one of them being Tempe Video. And so around 2005, 2006, I started sending out VHS copies of Dawn to these different companies, one of them being Tempe Video. And there was two companies that sent me an email back saying that they was going to pick it up. Now I forget what the other one was, but the other one was Tempe, J.R. Bookwalter, saying, "Yeah, I think I could add this to the company or whatever. I think we can put this out, and kind of gave me the lowdown of what I needed to do to send. I needed to send a digital copy to him, do a commentary. Was me and Casey, who played Dawn, Ray, who played the father, Mark, who was the cameraman, cinematographer, and we sat there and did a commentary. So that's on the DVD. But anyway, so it actually came out on DVD, and I went with Tempe Video. Ray had a couple of Tempe Video DVDs. Had got Chris Seaver. He showed me a Chris Seaver film that I thought was really funny. So yeah, went with Tempe Video, and in 2006, it came out on a Tempe DVD. So there you go. But yeah, if no one is going to speak up, and I don't even see anyone watching, so I guess I'll kind of wind this up. This is to be a little 30-minute show. Appreciate you guys watching, and like I say, let me know if you happen to check out Dawn or anything else on the channel you check out. Like hopefully me and Brandon are going to do our third show, talking about favorite movies every year since we were born. I forget what I'm up to now, what year I'm up to now, or what year he's up to now. But hopefully we're going to continue that soon. And hopefully the Dawn watch along and just anything else that we can think of. So yeah, please hit that thumbs up. Please spread the word that, if you're enjoying what you're seeing here, please let folks know. And want to build the audience as much as possible. And hopefully we're entertaining you guys. And but I see two on here again. We got anyone that, come on, speak up. If you're watching, speak up, because I'm about to wind this up. If I don't have anyone that's going to say something, I'm going to wind this up. Because, like I say, usually I have someone on here with me, whether it be Brandon or my sister or someone, like that. But when I'm doing it by myself, I run out of steam pretty quickly. So, if you're watching, I'll give you a minute to speak up. There we got someone. Hey Blair, how you doing? What's up? Blair, I'm just sort of catching up with folks. And this was, like I said, since I'm by myself, I'm kind of keeping it short today. But this catching up on folks, talking about my movie Dawn that I put up on my channel. That's 22 years old. The little girl that played Dawn, she's a mother of three now. She's got two girls and a boy. She's on her second husband. I think she's like 32 or 33 or something. My goodness, she was a 10-year-old girl when we filmed Dawn. Uh, Goodness gracious. Time flies. And it's just unreal. Just hard to believe. So much time has gone by. Generations have gone by since we made that movie. Um, but, and he says, yeah. But yeah, that's just mainly what I wanted to do. Is just kind of just catch up with you guys. It's springtime, and this is my favorite time of year, even the summertime, even when it gets really hot here in Texas. I handle the heat a lot better than I handle the cold. I always have. And so I can get out there and it can be 105 degrees. I was out there, I take my shirt off, and just walk out there shirtless because, most men walk around shirtless during the summertime in Texas anyway, so it's no big deal here. And I'm fine. Most people, that aren't from Texas, they was to come here during the summertime to just take their breath away because we have these real hot summers, 100 degrees every day for months at a time. But like I say, I deal with the heat much better than I do the cold. So we're entering that time of year that I like. I don't like the storms, though. We're also entering that time of year, too. So, John will be 12. John is my great nephew and 12 years old. My goodness. Time. Time is insane. It's hard to believe we're in March. And so what is it? March, April, May, June, July, August, September. In 6 months, I'm going to turn 60 years old if I live that long. 60 years old. My goodness. And Blair asks, Jay, have you ever walked out of a theater? A few times. Now, I don't drive a car. So if I'm in a theater, I'm with somebody. And there was a couple of times, I remember in particular with Mark, my friend Mark. I want to say it was a Bruce Willis movie, but I forget the name of it. And it might not have been Bruce Willis, but I want to say it was some Bruce Willis movie. And about halfway through, he walks up to me and goes, I just can't do this. He was feeling bad or something, so we walked out of the theater. And what else? I love John Candy. I always loved everything he did. But what was it, Beverly Hills Ninja? It was me and my friend Barry, I think, and we just couldn't get into Beverly Hills Ninja, and we walked out of it. And I love John Candy. Oh gosh, I miss him so much. But we just couldn't. We couldn't get through Beverly Hills Ninja, so we walked out. Sean, hey Sean, my birthday is tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, Sean! And how old? Do you mind saying how old you're going to be? Because, like I say, if I live that long, I'm turning 60. Unbelievable in September. Chris Farley. You're right, Chris Farley. That was not John Candy. That was Chris Farley. And I loved him too, though. I love John Candy, but I love Chris Farley also. And you're absolutely right. That was Chris Farley in Beverly Hills Ninja. That was not John Candy, but we still walked out of the movie. So I have to correct. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, Chris Farley, Beverly Hills Ninja. And Kathy says, happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, Sean. But yeah, how old are you going to be, Sean? Because come on, I'm going to be 60. So, however old you are, you can't be as old as me. Most of you aren't. And let's see. But yeah, gosh, I said John Candy, not John Candy. Chris Farley. But I still loved him. I love Chris Farley, and really liked most of the movies he was in, except for Beverly Hills Ninja. I need to go back and see if I can watch it, and maybe I would enjoy it because I haven't tried to see it since I walked out of the theater. So, but me and my friend Barry walked out of the theater. So, but yeah, Chris Farley. But yeah, okay. Now that we've got a few people talking here, I'll hang in here a little longer. Yeah, keep speaking and asking questions and commenting or whatever. Any of you guys, Blair, Sean, did you see Dawn? I put Dawn up. I want to hear people. Like I say, I'll take all the criticism you have for that movie because it's, yeah, you can tell it's shot on video and it's definitely nowhere near professional. But there's stuff I like about it. That I love it because it's my baby. It's been my baby for nearly 22 years. But I definitely can understand any criticisms about it. And like I say, if I were going to remake it, there's several things I would change about it, you know. But it is what it is, and I love it. It's my baby, Dawn. So, yeah. But and what else? Someone needs to say something here, or I'm gonna wind this up again. But because when I'm by myself, I run out of steam really quick. Um, I'm trying to think of any movies I've watched lately. I stream everything, but I don't know. There's nothing really. Let me see if I've written anything down. I'm always making notes. I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. If there's anything I've watched, I can't remember what it is. Um, but uh, uh, but yeah. Uh, well, thank you, everyone. Well, hang on. Sean says we had some crazy 70-mile-per-hour winds here in Texas lately. Weather is nice now. Yeah, that's the thing is, particularly last week, there were strong winds like every day. And they had what they called the red flag warnings where, don't start any sparks or anything. Now, we didn't have the 70-mile-per-hour winds, but what we had a couple of days where it was 40, 50-mile-per-hour winds. Them strong wind gusts. Yeah, winds last week were crazy here in Texas, and just like every day. Uh, Even worse off to the west, where Brandon, my partner here lately on the show, the evening shows, he's off west, even stronger winds where he's at. So, but last night it was a hailstorm, but the winds didn't kick up high. But there's strong rain, hard rain, and that hail really coming down. Yeah. Candace says, I am interested in Dawn 2, we talked about. Yeah. I talked about remaking the movie and what changes I would make. I would get more in specifics about that, like we do that watch along. When we talk about, how I would remake it. Like I say, I love the original. It's my baby. But if I was going to remake it, there's changes I would make, sort of update things and make things make a little more sense and that kind of stuff. But yeah. And Blair, hey Kathy, Jay, do you remember the first time you watched Blair Witch Project? I do indeed. I went to the theater, and I'm trying to remember who I saw it with. It was either Mark or Barry, but I can't remember who I saw it with. But I went to the theater, and Blair Witch Project was shot in that 4.3 aspect ratio, where they had to close the curtains a bit, to frame up the picture. Now, by that time, I knew this was just a movie, that nothing was real. This was all just actors. I knew by the time I saw the movie, I knew it was real. But this was probably the first movie to use the internet to really heavily promote the movie. And they did it by making it look like this was actually stuff that actually happened. You know, this found footage movie where it's like these films, canisters or whatever, tapes or or tapes or whatever were found about hunting down this Blair Witch, and the website that promoted the Blair Witch Project made it look like this actually was something that actually happened, and a lot of people really believed that. They thought this was something real. This was a real documentary about a real subject. But it wasn't. It was just actors, but very well done. I think it still holds up as a film. I think it's still creepy. But when I saw it in the theater, I knew it wasn't real. By that time, it had been revealed that these are just actors. This is just, and that was just a promotional tool that they used for the internet. But I still really enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it. Yeah, I still think it. I think the movie holds up pretty well. But yes, I do remember seeing it in the theater. And Kathy says, Blair, I tried to watch it, but after 30 minutes, just really didn't watch it. Yeah, well, it didn't work for Kathy, apparently. Sean, you wouldn't happen to have any physical copies of Dawn you can sell? No, sir, I don't. I think I just have one. I've got two physical copies. One that I had, the cast sign, and such. I've got that, and I've got when book wall when the 5 year the Tippy Video put it out on DVD for 5 years, and at the end of those 5 years, I asked Gerard Bookwalter if he would. I paid for them, make me some copies, and he made me some copies. And over the years, I've given copies away, and so I think I have one more of those sealed copy, and I want to keep it. I don't want to give it away. So, but no, sir. I think there's a few places still you can buy it, but I think at Amazon, but they want way too much for it. This out of print DVDs, they want ridiculous prices for it. I can't even afford my own movie. So, but look around. You might check eBay. Used to have it for like $10, but I don't know if eBay still has it. So, but no, sir, I don't have one that I could send. Uh, and what else? Hey, we got 1:43, so we'll go ahead and try to go on until 2 o'clock. So then we'll give an hour show, because once people started actually commenting here, give me a reason to sort of hang on here a little bit longer. So, but yeah, keep on, making comments, asking me questions or whatever, and let's see if we can go on until 2 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock Central. If not, we'll wind this up. Yeah, because I need somebody on here with me to do a lengthy show. Doing it by myself, I've done it before, but I don't like doing shows by myself. At least a long show, I don't like doing it by myself. Sean says, I really enjoyed the film, though. Well, good. Thank you, Sean. Favorite comedy. My favorite comedy is Raising Arizona with Holly Hunter and Nicolas Cage, and the Coen brothers directed. That is my favorite comedy. And I love John Goodman and William Forsythe. And you go to the Dead Pit channel, and search my name and William Forsythe. You can see my interview with William Forsythe, and talked about Blair Witch. Oh, not Blair Witch, Raising Arizona, and him and John Goodman. To me, that's just absolutely the funniest comedy. It's just from beginning to end. I love the energy of that film. I love the way it's shot by the Coen brothers. I love the performances. Everybody, Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter, and particularly John Goodman and William Forsythe. But yeah, that's my all-time favorite comedy. I remember I saw it in the theater. There used to be two theaters at the Richland Mall in Waco. There was two inside the mall, but there was a theater outside of the mall. And there's a one outside of the mall that I saw Raising Arizona. I remember that so clearly. Saw it with my friend Mark. And I remember as soon as the credits rolled, I wanted to just stay in the seat and watch it again. This thing, yeah. I could do a show, maybe I will someday, about just Raising Arizona. Blair, we should do a 60th birthday celebration with Dead Pit. Well, I did on my 59th birthday, I did a show with Joe Garcia, T-Shirt Joe, and what I think CK, Creepy Kentuckian from Dead Pit, participated. So yeah, 60 years. Let's get a crowd going and talk about me being on the planet for 60 years, if I live that long. Hopefully I will. Kathy, sorry I'm stuffy today. Miss being on with you. Yes, well, hopefully we'll do this soon. And, speaking of comedy, I watched Better Off Dead. That movie is wild. It's been a while since I've seen that one. That's one I need to revisit. And Kathy says, Blair, my brother will have to celebrate his birthday with a week-long celebration. John Cusack had a pretty good run. Now I don't hear about him much. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, John Cusack. Yeah. And agreed, Kathy. Yeah. Yeah, when's the last time John Cusack did anything? What was it? The Say Anything, and oh gosh, so many films with John Cusack. He was one of the big stars back then, John Cusack, during the 80s, But yeah. Well, come on, guys, say something else. Ask me a question or something. I need feedback. I need someone to bounce off of. So yeah, when I'm doing it by myself, it's not great. Because I didn't really have a subject today, other than maybe talking about Dawn. That I put Dawn up on the channel, and a few things like that. And Sean says he always played the same character, it seems, in all his movies. Yeah, John Cusack. Yeah, but I always really liked John Cusack. I always liked his style. I always liked his personality. Like I said, Say Anything. I think he's great. I always really liked John Cusack. So, yeah. And I sent a message to Brandon, so hopefully I'll hear from him soon about when we'll do the next show. Because, like I said, we've been picking one movie every year since we were born that we pick as our favorites, and I usually name the runners up, other movies that were released that year, and then I pick my favorite movie of that year. And let's see, what year am I up to? I think I'm up to 1978 myself. I think. No, I'm not. I'm at 1982. Yeah, that's what I'm up to, 1982. So, and that's where we'll start with me. And I forget where Brandon left off. Favorite Fulci film? I don't, that's one that I need to watch a lot more of his stuff because I haven't seen a ton of his stuff. But I'm going to go with Zombie is my favorite Fulci. But I need to watch more of his stuff. I have seen several, but I'm going to go, if you just ask me right off the top of my head, I'm going to go with Zombie as my favorite. Um, how often do you revisit your favorites? Well, Jaws, that's my favorite movie. I'll probably watch Jaws at least once a year. I usually watch it around July because it takes place during the summertime and during the 4th of July. So often I'll watch it on the 4th of July, Jaws, but I will sometimes watch Jaws 2 or 3 times a year. It's it's my number one film. It's my number one comfort film. It's one that I can just watch pretty much any day. So, but movies like Raising Arizona, I probably watch at least once a year. Return of the Living Dead, uh, The Thing, which is my favorite horror film. I'll watch that, once or twice a year. There's several that I revisit pretty often. Favorite Danny DeVito movie? Uh, I'm gonna say Batman 2 is him as the Penguin. He's so creepy in that, and the makeup they did on him. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna say, you know, yeah, Batman 2. There's a lot of really good ones with Danny DeVito, but I'm gonna say him as the Penguin because he's so creepy. One of his best performances for me. And Kathy says, I know certain holidays and times of year you watch certain movies. Yeah. Well, yeah, Jaws during the summer, like around the 4th of July, because the movie takes place during the 4th of July. And yeah, Jaws. And The Thing, because that takes place during the Antarctic or something like that, frozen landscape. So I'll often watch The Thing during the wintertime. But I can always watch The Thing. Like I can always watch Jaws. It's, yeah. The Thing is my all-time favorite horror film, and Jaws is my all-time favorite movie. So, Sean, I'm thinking about taking a trip to Kingsland sometime this summer. I've never been. Not too far for me since I'm in Denton, Texas. I used to live in Denton, Texas when I went to North Texas State University, which became the University of North Texas the year I left. Yeah. 86, 87, Denton. But yeah, I lived in Denton for a while. And yeah. And that movie, did they still have that what was it, 4-screen movie theater there where I saw the original Batman, Tim Burton's Batman. I saw Little Shop of Horrors there. Saw Rocky Horror Picture Show several times there. What else? Oh, The Fly, Cronenberg's The Fly. I saw there in Denton. Yeah. But what is the connection here, Kingsland, Sean? Is that connected to a movie, Kingsland? I should know that, but I don't. I should know if that's connected to a film, but I don't right now. So, yeah, let me know if that's connected to some kind of movie or movie was filmed there or takes place there or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's after last night's epic hailstorm, it's real pretty today and really nice. And we're not supposed to have any kind of weather until Thursday. There's like a 40% chance of storms Thursday, and it's like a 60, 70% chance Friday. And it's not supposed to be just like a flooding range or something. We're about like maybe half an inch, maybe an inch or something like that. But hopefully it's not going to be anything like last night with the hailstorms and all that, and the wind gusts and everything. Hopefully it's just going to be rain. Hope. Kathy says they moved the house in Chainsaw to Kingsland. Now a nice restaurant. Yeah. Yeah. That would be cool to actually visit that house. I think it's the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre house. No, it wasn't golf ball size. I'm gonna say like ping pong ball size, because you start when it started out, it was pretty loud. Then it got louder and louder. So I guess the hail got bigger and bigger. But it was at night. I've got a porch light and I've got an outside light and I've got a flashlight. So I was showing it out on the ground. You could see a bunch of hail on the ground. It was like snow on the ground almost. It was hard to tell, but I'm going to say at the biggest, it was probably more like ping pong ball sized. Still loud as hell with this metal roof and this old trailer house. Any new pickups on Temu, Jay? Yeah, I got a new. Hang on, just a minute. I may not have it handy here. I got a shirt. And I accidentally ordered a double XL shirt, but it still fit me pretty good, because I've been working on the guns and muscles, and I said, muscles still showing up pretty good in my new shirt. But it's a double XL and a sleeveless shirt like this, and that's. I ordered some more stuff. Was it last night? And one of the things that's coming, because I'm a goofball and I didn't notice, I ordered another one of these moonshine shirts, and I didn't know I had already had one. And when I was looking at what I'm going to wear today, and I saw this, I'm going to have two moonshine shirts. But I ordered some more shorts. I ordered some more shoes. I'm back wearing shoes again. I'm not wearing shoes right now, but with the Velcro, because I'm old and I don't want to screw with tying them. But I'm actually wearing shoes because last year I was all about the slides, where you just barefooted in these slides. But I like to walk a lot and move around a lot, and I was getting blisters and stuff in the slides, so I'm back wearing actual shoes and socks. And I ordered another pair. I've got a pair I hadn't even opened yet, and I got another pair coming. So I walk so much that I can wear them out pretty fast. So yeah, nothing exciting, just a couple of shirts and a pair of shorts and some shoes. And Sean, you really want to go? It's like a 5-hour drive. Sean, why don't you make that drive a little longer and come by Lake Bahia, Texas, and pick me up and take me with you? Seriously, I'd love to go and see that old house. Yeah, let's do it. Road trip. Be quite a long road trip for you if you came and got me. But anyway, yeah, do it. Send me a message. I'll send you my address. And Katie said, Sean, pea-sized here in Georgetown. Hail. And Sean says his car has a ton of hail damage. I hate to hear that. And when it was really coming down, where you could it was really loud. So the hail was getting bigger and bigger. And like I say, probably, ping pong ball size, something like that. I looked outside my front door and I saw some cars going down the road when it was really coming down. I said, there's some cars going to have some damage, surely, the way it's coming down. They're driving down the road during that hailstorm. So, yeah. But I can do without that. I can do without the hailstorms. I can do without those high winds. I certainly can do without that. So hopefully we're not going to get a whole lot of that this year, the hail. Because with this old trailer house, this old metal roof, it's so loud. It just sounds like the world's coming to an end. Yeah, I could pick you up. Well, okay. Yeah, let me know, Sean. Because I'm serious as hell about that. I mean, I never get to go anywhere or really, I got nice neighbors that take me to town, get groceries and things like that. I don't drive a car. I'm on disability. And I'm out here at Lake Mejia, which is about 10 miles from the town of Mejia. So I had to have a ride to get to town, get groceries and stuff. But I'm all about road trips, going places and doing things and having someone to do it with. It would be great. So, yeah, let me know. I'm totally serious about that. You want to come pick me up? Save some money up for like a motel room? Let me know. Give me time enough to save some cash up, and let's do that. Road trip to Kingsland. Yeah, and Kathy reiterates or says what I said. He will pay his way. Yep, I will pay my way. Did you give me? Let me know ahead of time. Give me a month or whatever. Let me know ahead of time. Let me start saving some money up and getting prepared for it. But yeah, I would love to do that. Love to go and do things. I miss when Kathy lived out here. We would go to thrift stores and go to garage sales and stuff. I miss having someone to go do things like that with. So, yeah, I'm all about it, Sean. You never met me, though? You're not weirded out by that? I don't know. Should I be weirded out about it? You've always been really nice coming on the show here. I don't see there's anything to be weirded out about. No, I mean, unless you give me something to be weirded out about, you're not weird. Well, you're not, as long as you're not weirded out by seeing me in person. I'm not weirded out about seeing you in person. What reason would I have to be weirded out about it? Yeah, and I'm old, Sean. I'm nearly 60 years old. I've been there and done that, and I'm at the point now. I'm at the don't give a fuck age, but pardon my French, but I'm at that age where I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. Bring it on. Let's do it. Life is short, so no, I'm not weirded out. Unless there's a reason I should be weirded out. But anyway, Wes is here. And Wes says Sean's nickname for Jay is Candy Cane. Well, okay. Fine with it. How much of a heads up do you need? Well, when are you thinking of going, Sean? Give me an idea. I mean, I think a month or 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. Just let me know. Let me know when you're thinking of doing it. And hey, Wes, how you doing? You want to join us, Wes? Are you at work? And Sean gives that LOL, Dead Pit Radio. Candy cane. I could be somebody's candy cane. May not be yours, Sean, but like I say, at 60, I'm open for new adventures. So I'll be somebody's candy cane, but I'm picky about that. I'm picky about who I'll be candy cane for. I'm a straight man, heads up. For anybody out there that wants me to be their candy cane, I'm a straight man. Yeah. And he's at work. Boz. I always like the West call me Boz. B-O-Z, Boz. Yeah. Okay. He's at work. But yeah, Sean, let me know. Just give me an idea when you would want to do this. Like I say, I'm at Lake Mejia, Texas. I'm about 40 miles east of Waco. And of course, I give you my address and everything. But and let me know what your plans are. Would be, get a motel room? How many nights would we stay? That kind of thing. Give me an idea of financially what I would need to bring or what I would need to have, to pay my way through that. So, yeah. But no, I love the idea of, going places and doing things and seeing new things. To see that chainsaw house and eat there would be so cool. That'd be a thing to definitely something to report on during this show, having gone and seen the show, seeing that. So that would be really cool. Wes, have you done that? Have you been to the chainsaw house, or have you thought about going to the chainsaw house? Was it? Like Sean says, King and Kathy, Kingsland, Texas. It's a restaurant now, and yeah. But yeah, that'd be so cool. Okay. Uh, well, we've gone an hour. Cool. Thank you guys for. Hang on, my cell phone made a racket. Uh, Hang on just a moment. Uh, I don't guess it was anything. Nothing important. My phone now sounds like a doorbell. My new phone or newish phone. It's a couple of months old, but yeah, sounds like a doorbell. um, but okay, I guess. Oh, well, hang on. Yeah, let me know and definitely be in the summer. Yeah, and that would be a cool thing to do during the summertime to go to the Chainsaw House. Yeah, that would be really cool. Uh, cool. I'm excited about the idea of it. Yeah, definitely. Uh, and definitely give me something cool to talk about. And Sean could join me and we could talk about it. Talk about going to the Chainsaw House. So yeah, that'd be very cool. Yeah, like I say, me at my age, I said I'm in the don't give an F age. I give a little bit of an F, but I'm also at the age where I'm just like trying anything new or anything different. I'm open to it, you know, within reason, but I'm open to trying going places and doing things and meeting new people, saying working on the short films and stuff. Uh, I'm more, since I live here by myself, uh, I'm more open to just doing new things and trying new things and seeing new places and that kind of stuff and meeting new people. I'm more about that than I ever have been, I think. So, yeah. Uh, but hey, Brandon, and Brandon, Kathy told me that she joined your channel, and I never did ask you where you worked. And is it like a nursing home you work? Which is really cool that you've always seen be a real nice, gentle person. So I could see you being really good with elderly people and things like that. So I never did ask where you worked, but let me know. I think Kathy said that on your channel or your Facebook page that you say where you work. But it's like at a nursing home or something like that. But I don't want to say. You say. uh, but Brandon, yeah, send me a message, Brandon, or here. Let me know when you might want to do the next show where we talk about our yearly favorite films. Do the next one. And like I say, I'm thinking of doing a watch along for my movie Dawn. Thinking of doing it Thursday, but I'm going to wait another day, see what the weather says and that kind of thing. As long as it's not going to be any, it can rain, that's okay. But I don't, if it's going to be any strong storms or anything, I might want to wait for that. But yeah, let me know, Brandon, when you think would be a good day to do the next show or a good night, be at 7:00 our time. So, I'm back at the warehouse now. I don't want to quit, but the economy is rough, so I'm back at the warehouse. Oh, okay. Well, you do what you got to do. Yeah, do what you got to do to get by in this world, and feed sassafras. And what's the other cat's name? Yeah, they all have to be taken care of as well as yourself. So, uh, but the cats. I love Sassafras. Sassafras has got a little Charlie Chaplin mustache, and Yeah. I love sassafras. And we see a lot of sassafras when Brandon's home with me. So, and I'm a cat person. I love cats. I have several outdoor cats, all spayed and neutered. But I don't have an indoor cat, but I have outdoor cats. So, yeah. Uh, but yeah, okay. This turned out to be pretty good. We got some people on here and joining me, and we were able to do an hour and 10 minutes. It's 2:10 my time. But yes, I guess I'll kind of wind this down here. Thank you, everybody that participated. Let's see who all we got. Sean, Blair, Kathy, Wes of Dead Pit, and Brandon. Yeah. And this turned out pretty good. And catching up with you folks. Springtime in Texas. And fingers crossed that we don't have the kind of year we had last year, where we had a lot of flooding rain and rough storms. So hopefully it's not going to be as bad this year. But it's a wait and see thing. So, but real pretty today. And when I wind this up, I'm going to go outside and frolic and, enjoy the day. And, but yeah, thank you everyone that tuned in today. Please hit that thumbs up. Please spread the word. Let folks know about it. Like I say, if you see Dawn, let me know what you thought about the movie. Good or bad, I'll take all the criticism that you want to unleash on that 22-year-old film. But yeah, and please, yeah, like I say, please hit the thumbs up. We'll see you soon, hopefully. Probably the next thing we do, if it's not the Blair, if it's not the Dawn watch along, it'll probably be a show with Brandon, be a night show with Brandon. So, okay, guys, y'all have a great day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.